witnesses, more than 2 hours of testimony, and a universe full of unanswered questions. The fight is on for more information on UFOs following yesterday's hearing in Washington. But what comes next? Some lawmakers are suggesting a select committee, which would give them power to subpoena those in the military and possibly get more answers. But the first question they'll try to answer is the military running a secret UFO program? And if so, why? We start our coverage tonight with NewsNation's Joe Khalil, who's in Washington and was there for the hearing as well. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Elizabeth. Yeah, we talked about that hearing being a catalyst, being a spark for more action here in Congress to answer the very question that you just posed, along with many others. And we're already starting to see that action play out.
Do you believe that our government is in possession of UAPs?
Absolutely, based on interviewing over 40 witnesses over 4 years.
Following a historic hearing, momentum is building to continue shining a spotlight on the UAP-UFO issue in Congress.
This is just the beginning of many more hearings and more people coming forward about this.
Congressman Tim Burchett has asked for more hearings, and the chairman of the House Oversight Committee, James Comer, tells NewsNation there's a strong possibility Burchett will get them. Possibly field hearings outside of Washington, and new discussions about forming a brand new select committee in Congress exclusively dedicated to UAPs.
We may need other authorities that, would require the establishment of a select committee, and we're going to be chatting with the speaker about those things in the coming days.
New authorities like the power to subpoena records, images, videos, even testimony from people under oath if a select committee is formed. And Congress is still pursuing more information, hoping to get David Grush into a SCIF, a private, secure room inside the Capitol, no electronics allowed, where he can discuss sensitive, even classified information that he wasn't allowed to share publicly at the hearing. Information like...
Can you give me the names and titles of the people with direct firsthand knowledge and access to some of this crash retrieval, some of these crash retrieval programs?
I can't discuss that publicly, but I did provide that information both to the intel committees and the Inspector General.
Grush claimed not only does the government have non-earthly UAPs in its possession, but that he knows the locations of where they're housed. We asked if, moving forward, Congress will push to visit those sites and prove or disprove the claims.
Do you have access to that?
I have a letter that's going to be penned that the members who are here today will likely sign on, as well as any other member, Democrat or Republican, to get that information, and then just goes it to the American people.
Potentially visit those sites?
100%.
We'll see what they have, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Elizabeth, a little while ago, we talked to Congressman Mike Garcia. He's a former Navy pilot himself who told us straight up he does not believe in extraterrestrial life or aliens or anything like that, but says he thinks it's crucial we continue to study UFOs, UAPs, and for Congress to keep doing this kind of work because we need to know what those things are. There is a large sentiment like that here in Congress, whether you believe fully what David Grush is saying, which many people do, or whether you don't. There are still a number of people who say this is worth looking into, worth pursuing more, because whatever is out there, we need to understand it.
All
Elizabeth.
right. Joe Khalil, thanks so much. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.